From Columbia, South Carolina, WIS News 10 starts now.
Thanks for joining us for your news at 10. Tonight, South Carolina executed its second inmate in just over a month. Richard Moore, a convicted murderer, was put to death this evening via lethal injection in Columbia, despite a swell of calls in recent days for his life to be spared. State House reporter Mary Green has the details.
On Friday night, Richard Moore was executed about a mile up the road from where we are, at the Broad River Correctional Institution in Columbia. On Thursday, the U.S. Supreme Court declined to halt Moore's execution, and on Friday evening, Governor Henry McMaster declined to grant him clemency, the last chance for Moore's life to be spared.
The execution began at 6:01 p.m. and he was pronounced dead by a physician at 6:24 p.m.
Moore was convicted of killing a convenience store clerk in Spartanburg County in 1999. Moore entered the store unarmed. Prosecutors said to rob it, while his attorneys contended instead an argument arose between Moore and the clerk over him being short on change. The two got into a shootout with the clerk's guns, and Moore shot and killed him, then left the store with stolen cash. Press witnesses to his execution say two of the victim's family members were there Friday, as was the Spartanburg solicitor, who was part of the team that prosecuted Moore.
They watched very stoically. I didn't see any reaction from them at all.
Moore's attorney said his death sentence was an outsized punishment for his crime and argued other factors, like being the only death row inmate convicted by an all-white jury, made that sentence unjust. The judge who presided over Moore's trial, multiple jurors in that trial, and a former state corrections director were among those who penned letters to the governor, urging he reduce Moore's death sentence to life in prison. They said Moore was a reformed man, a Christian who mentored other inmates, cared for his family from behind prison walls, and was remorseful for what he did 25 years ago. McMaster ultimately did not spare Moore's life without publicly giving a reason for his decision, but saying he reviewed available information and spoke with the victim's family. As it was happening, death penalty opponents held a vigil outside the prison where the execution was carried out, calling on McMaster to do what no South Carolina governor has done in modern history: grant clemency.
It makes it harder and harder to keep fighting the battle when, in this case, there's so much that should be considered.
Moore's attorney read his final statement before his execution and before press witnesses entered the room, which the Department of Corrections said was due to a staff miscommunication. A representative from the department read the statement at a news conference following the execution.
It is as follows. To the family of Mr. James Mahoney, I am deeply sorry for the pain and sorrow I caused you all. To my children and granddaughters, I love you and I am so proud of you. Thank you for the joy you have brought to my life. To all of my family and friends, new and old, thank you for your love and support.
With Moore's execution, there are now 4 other men who are sitting on South Carolina's death row and out of appeals. The state Supreme Court has yet to set the dates for their executions. Reporting Columbia, I'm Mary Green.